Shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Chakwadash. Peace and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the elect, the hopeful elect out there, all right? You remnant of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai scattered abroad, all right? The house of David, the hopeful elect, all right, here stateside and also scattered abroad, all right, in many different countries throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you all. All right, so getting into some breaking news. Those of you in the know, I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of this. Just bringing it out, and Lord's will, shining some light on it and bringing some edification out real quick concerning this new rule going into effect in the UK, the United Kingdom. Okay, and we know the UK and the US are allied up. So anytime something happens there, it's bound to happen here. Excuse me, soon after. Okay. So you have Keir Starmer, all right, the UK PM, Prime Minister, pushing for digital ID, okay? Digital ID. And we know exactly what this is going to lead into because the Spirit of the Lord has been bringing it out, okay? This is the main prophecy that brothers have been speaking on. The main prophecy, okay? And a lot of these other camps have been turning a blind eye, acting like they can't see it, but still opening the door so they don't look bad. You know, opening the little, keeping the back door open so they could, or the side door open so they could wiggle their way around this thing when it does come out and their congregation starts asking questions about this Motb, all right, about this implantable device that's coming. All right, the C to the H to the I to the P. That's coming. All right, and from our apostles of GMS on down to us brothers in the faith, younger brothers as myself in the faith, babes in Yahweh Shai. Okay, we have been speaking on this and letting it be known that this is going to happen. Okay, and that's why you raptured morons that thought that on the 23rd this was going to go down. You're a bunch of fucking fools, man. All right, you see, these people are just followers, man. There's one thing to be a follower of the right men, but then even our apostles told us, the men that the Lord set up to lead us, even they told us, look into these things for yourself. Study to show thyself approved. Study to show thyself approved. All right. Okay. A workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. They told us to look into it. And when we did, through the Spirit of the Lord, we saw that everything, it was confirmed, everything they were saying was facts. 100% truth, man. Okay, but you got fools out there that said, oh, the rapture's coming. But they didn't consider prophecy. They didn't consider the Lord's word. See, people just want to go onto their own understanding and do things their own way. You had that one bitch that did the video. I don't know if she was acting or if she's genuinely that stupid. That's just crazy, man. She might be the dumbest bitch on planet Earth, man. She said, I feel dumb. I feel stupid. Yeah, because you are dumb. You are stupid. You are a fucking idiot. And then she said, I'm going to abandon Christianity now because it didn't happen on the day she wanted. There's a multitude of scriptures about those that would fall out of the faith, those that would lose faith, those that would not endure, those that would want the day of the Lord when they want it. All right, but they're not considering you got the cost coming into the thing. If you don't have the right understanding, the right teachers, how are you gonna know what's happening? You don't have the light. You're just walking around in the dark and you think, well, the Lord's coming today. You're in darkness. You don't even know what's coming right in front of you. How are you going to determine when the Lord is coming? We don't even know the exact day. But what do? We measure the time diligently. Okay. And on top of that, we also, what did the Lord say? Matthew 16, one of my favorites, that you can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? So clearly we're in the end. Just because you didn't get what you wanted on that September 23rd rapture, now everybody just got to fall out. All right, well, all right, shall their unbelief, if a brother could post it, Baba Kasha, I don't remember off the top, but Romans the 3rd chapter. All right. Shall their unbelief make the faith of the elect void? I'm paraphrasing. If a brother want to post it, Baba Kasha, I appreciate that. Shalom, Maki, Al-Bashim, and Shabrakatah. Okay. You fell out, and now everybody got to stop believing. She said she's going to turn into the Quran, the Quran. Stupid ass, yo. You know, but that's what happens when you're carried about with every wind of doctrine. How stable is your faith? How do you sleep at night knowing you're so full of shit is what I would like to know. But the bitch said, I'm going to turn to the Quran now, see what that's about. But if you're that shaky, the Lord ain't with you, man. It broke my faith. I don't know nothing about nothing no more. It shattered me because the Lord didn't come on the exact day that you thought. There you go. There it is. The water. Shalom, bro. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Right. Some did not believe. So, now we all gotta just stop believing because you believed in a false prophecy that the rapture was going to happen on September 23rd. Meanwhile, there's all these prophecies that still that's still left to happen. It's not a lot, it's just the Motb and World War III. That's basically it. Jacob's trouble. All right. It's a lot within those couple prophecies that's going to transpire, but Slovakia. People be driving like fools out here. But, there's a lot that's going to happen within those prophecies popping off. But, at the same time, it's just a couple more that has to happen. It's not a lot. A lot can happen in a short amount of time. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. A lot can happen in a short amount of time. All right. And the brother posted Acts 8:30. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest thou what thou readest? Exactly. So what's the point of reading if you don't even understand? You haven't even gone into the book of Revelation, but you think you can comprehend the end? And even if you did go into it, if the spirit ain't working with you, you're not going to get it. See, this is why women are so shaky, man. When it comes to things like this. She just fell out. She said, I'm going to abandon Christianity because Christianity is bullshit anyways. If you had a proper leader, he wouldn't be selling you false dreams like that. Okay? But again, I got a little sidetracked, but it ties in with the topic. Okay? Because we know that this is not going to happen. The end, when the Lord returns, his name ain't JC anyways. His name is not Jesus Christ anyways. His name is Yahushua. So that's another point that you went off on. All right? But when Yahushua returns, okay, there's going to be things that has to happen before he gets here. And we know that this announcement that Starmer made is a huge step in the right direction prophetically for what we want to see happen. Okay? It's a huge step in the right direction for what we want to see happen. Okay? Now you're going to be required to have this digital ID. And then he said, free of charge, like I'm gonna fuck you free of charge, right? I'm gonna fuck your life up free of charge. I'm gonna whoop your ass free of charge. That's basically what he's saying, But these devils are man, their devilishness knows no bounds, Here it is, and they'll prepare it. Everybody, the masses of people are saying they don't want it. It's draconian. It's Orwellian. It's some 1984 shit, Black Mirror episode. Nobody wants to deal with it. All right, except for maybe a bunch of dummies, But then they throw free of charge. We're helping you free of charge. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Eat the bugs. You would eat the bugs. Yeah, it's always some fucking Bonneville and Edomite popping up. coming with some nonsense, man. Yeah, bro. But hey, say the Lord got a sense of humor too, man. Free of charge. We will destroy you free of charge. That's when you know. As soon as they say it's free, oh, you better run. Anything this devil give you for free, you know how greedy this goddamn devil is, man. He don't give up nothing for free. He ain't helping nobody without something in return. That's how it is. When you go into this, just popped into my head. When you go into Marvel Comics, you have Mephisto, which basically is the comics manifestation of the devil, right? Mephisto. And anytime Mephisto makes a deal with somebody, I think he made a deal with Thanos at one point in the comics. I'm not a huge expert on comics or nothing, but I follow some of them because it's interesting stories to me, and there's a lot of spiritual things they put in there. But Mephisto is the devil, and anytime he makes a deal, it's appealing to you, but there's always a catch. There's always a catch, and you got to read that fine print, man. Okay? There's always a catch with the devil, with Esau Edom. And anytime he says something is free, that's how you know it's bullshit. Okay? And they'll throw it on, and then they blame the migrants. It's always blame somebody else. Esau comes out with the most oppressive laws and things, and just blame it on somebody else. Oh, right, just like their contracts or the pharmaceutical commercials. Side effects may be death and diarrhea, and then it's just people in the commercial smiling, having a grand old time. This is hell, man. This is a hellish kingdom. It's a wicked, evil kingdom, man. Okay, but this is why the Lord warned us, in advance. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua warned us well in advance. Okay, so we can't say we didn't hear it. Yeah, playing pickleball, right? Playing Parcheesi, going for a stroll in the park, selling you some death. And the cat's out of the bag. Everybody can see the wickedness this man has done. But Revelation 13 mentions that you will not be able to buy or sell without this. So if you want to do anything, and they've been floating this around in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, all right, if my memory's not deceiving me, I believe that recently they spoke about you have to have an ID to go into grocery stores in the UK, and it was a lot of backlash. Some people said that wasn't real, blah, blah, blah. But now they're coming out with something even further. You see? And it's right from the horse's mouth. He said it himself. The PM said it. They're getting ready to make that move, man. All right. Matter of fact, they're ready to make that move, and that's why they're making it. Okay. They just haven't made it global yet, but they're going to make it global. All right. And this is where we have to prepare ourselves to be shut out of this society and move out on faith, man. A lot of family members, I already just started imagining the scenarios for us saying, because people are going to be saying like, well, why don't you get it? You have to get it. You have to get that device. Everybody's getting it. That's the only way you're going to be able to buy. And then we're going to be telling them, no, that's the Motb. I'm not taking that. And I'm going to say, oh, a conspiracy theory. Here you go with that conspiracy stuff again. Come on. Nobody believes that but you, and so on and so forth. Okay. So they're going to be demonized because the people that take it, they're not going to want to admit that they just took the Motb. So what is the go-to going to be for the people that took the implant? Okay, the Motb, they're gonna devise devices against us. They're going to seek to demonize us and destroy us, because what does the scripture say? That a whorish woman always despises a virgin, and the virgin is the bride of Yahushua. So all of the masses are in the spirit of whoredom, following Babylon the Great, the whore, and that's why a whore. One quality of a whore is that she has no bounds of what she'll do to make $1 or to put herself in a better situation. All right. That's what whores do. Okay, so everybody that takes it is essentially spiritually a whore. All right, and many of you women, you're already physically whore. So what's it going to take for you to go a little further? So all of the people that do that, they're going to be demonizing us that are holding on to our integrity. Lord's will, the Lord put the spirit on us to be able to endure, right? These things that's coming, right? But they're going to be demonizing. They're going to be seeking to, put the blame on us. Well, it's because of people like you that we even have to do this to begin with, and blah blah blah. No accountability. This is a no accountability world. But guess what? Yahweh Shai is going to be that accountability pill that you're going to be forced to swallow, man. All right, this world is going to have to deal with accountability when a so-called black man, all right, the one who they ignorantly call JC, his true name is Yahweh Shai. When he cracks those clouds, coming with the heavenly host, that's going to be your accountability. Okay, and we will all be held accountable. All right, so that's why we have to be mindful of how we're moving and mindful of the time that we're in. All right, but we are very close now, man. All right, and what's it going to take for Trump? Because remember, this is right on the heels of Trump saying that Europe has a huge migration problem. So how are they responding? Oh, digital IDs. We've been speaking on this for the last few years, man. Really, for our apostles and elders longer than us. But I can remember the Lord put it in our mind to see. It's obvious why they were, back when Trump was in office. That's what I'm thinking of. Why he was so stuck on the wall and the migrant thing, because that's a clear opening for the Motb. All right, and he mentioned in one of his speeches the biometric visa digital tracking system, which is what they're setting up right now. You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to do anything if you don't have if you don't bow down to Esau and everything that he wants. You're going to be cut off from the society. And you have it, even if you have the Motb. You got to be fully jabbed up. You got to be you gotta be with the shits. You gotta be with whatever Esau. It's like those blood and crip initiations. When they tell you you got to do this, you got to put in this type of work, you got to do that, you got to be willing to sacrifice, you got to be willing to hurt somebody, kill somebody, whatever. What does it say in the book of Job? What does Satan say? That a man will give skin for skin. The man will basically give everything he has to preserve his own ass, preserve his life. And this is when it comes down to people, you can't look at people's surface face. Behind this the inward man. All right. Okay. And when adversity arises, that's when people reveal their true colors. That's why in the Apocrypha, I believe it says that a friend cannot be known in prosperity and an enemy cannot be known in a friend can't be known in adversity, in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be known in adverse, something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing off the top of my head, but the point being that a friend cannot be known in prosperity, because when everything's prosperous, anybody would want to be your friend. When you're winning, all right, when the championship, when the boxer wins a championship, or an NBA team or NFL wins a Super Bowl, everybody's on the field celebrating with them. All right, but what happens if they fall off? They're not going to be there with them. All right, so these people that might claim to be cool with you, down with you, support you, when the time comes and they make this thing mandatory, all right, everybody's true innermost thought is going to be revealed. And people that love this world and want to continue in this world, they're going to fold. All right, many of them already did by taking the jab, so they're just getting ready to they're getting ready for the next okie doke. All right. So just be wary of the people that's around us, and be prepared to lose many people, because these people are going to fold in the times that we're in. All right. Hey, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, and we know what's coming. All right. This is the end of all things. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. If this is not the end, then what is? So here it is. All of these signs of the end is here, but you didn't get a September 23rd rapture, so now you fell out. You didn't. And the thing is, you couldn't fall out because you were never in it to begin with. All right. You fell out of a vain philosophy. Okay. So, but here it is. We have all the announcements and things coming up that's showing us that the end is here, but that's only for the true believers. You people that are fickle, that keep that same energy when your Hawashai comes. You want to get into Islam now. You want to turn. You don't want to deal with the Bible no more. You want to deal with the Most High God. All right, great, because you were rejected. Your rejection is of old, anyways. You're just fulfilling your lot. Lord's will, we can fulfill our lot as the hopeful prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai and continue to endure in this thing. All right. So we got to keep our heads on the swivel, keep praying, fast when the spirit permits, and stay locked in, keep watching for prophecy. All right. So with that, getting ready on the way to camp, about to set this camp up with the brothers, Lord's will, shortly. So with that, all praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chak Wadash. Hey, shalom to the next one.